Hello, fantastic learners. Welcome back to Reading Readiness Centers. Today, we are embarking on an extraordinary adventure to unravel the mysteries of trade and interdependence among countries. Are you ready? What is trade? Trade is when two or more countries exchange goods and services. For example, a country might export oil to another country in exchange for food. Why do countries trade? Countries trade because they have different resources and needs. For example, a country that has a lot of oil might trade it for food from a country that has a lot of farmlands. What is interdependence? Interdependence is when two or more countries rely on each other for goods and services. Examples of interdependence: the United States and China are two of the most interdependent countries in the world. The United States imports a lot of goods from China, such as electronics and clothing. China imports a lot of goods from the United States, such as agricultural products and machinery. Japan imports a lot of oil from the Middle East. In return, Japan exports cars and other manufactured goods to the Middle East. Benefits of trade and interdependence. Trade can help countries to grow their economies. When countries trade, they can produce more goods and services. This can lead to more jobs and higher wages for people. Trade can help countries to get the goods and services that they need. For example, a country that doesn't have a lot of natural resources can trade with other countries to get the resources that it needs. Trade can help countries to learn from each other. When countries trade, they also share ideas and technology. This can help countries to develop and improve their economies. How trade works. Trade between countries is usually done through international organizations, such as the World Trade Organization. The WTO helps to set trade rules and to resolve trade disputes between countries. There are two main types of trade: imports and exports. Imports are goods and services that a country buys from another country. Exports are goods and services that a country sells to another country. Imports and exports are important for countries because they help to balance a country's economy. When a country exports more than it imports, it has a trade surplus. This means that the country is earning more money from exports than it is spending on imports. When a country imports more than it exports, it has a trade deficit. This means that the country is spending more money on imports than it is earning from exports. Types of goods and services that are traded: oil and gas, food and agricultural products, manufactured goods such as cars, electronics, and clothing, services such as tourism, financial services, and transportation. How trade is transported. Trade between countries is usually transported by ship, plane, or train. Types of trades. One of the oldest types of trade is the barter system. In a barter system, people trade goods and services directly with each other without using money. For example, a farmer might trade a bag of potatoes for a pair of shoes from a shoemaker. Another type of trade is called direct trade. In direct trade, buyers and sellers trade directly with each other without using an intermediary. For example, a coffee farmer in Brazil might sell their coffee directly to a coffee roaster in the United States. Indirect trade is when goods and services are traded through an intermediary, such as a wholesaler or retailer. For example, a clothing manufacturer might sell their clothes to a wholesaler, who then sells them to retailers, who then sell them to consumers. There is also a type of trade called international trade. International trade is when goods and services are traded between countries. In addition to these different types of trade, There are also different ways to pay for goods and services. Some common methods of payment include cash, credit cards, and debit cards. And that, my wonderful friends, is the amazing world of trade and interdependence among countries. Wasn't that an exciting journey? If you had a blast learning about this, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Reading Readiness Centers for more thrilling adventures in learning. Thanks for joining us today. Until our next adventure, keep exploring and learning. Bye for now.